Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything. The channel likes trying anything, so you don't have to. What we're going to take a look at today, we're going to take a look at another watch here. We're going to take a look at a CASIO W-210. And this CASIO W-210 has a module number of 2963. Now what we're going to do in this video, we're going to take a look around the actual design of the watch, kind of mention what it's made up of, and then we're going to talk about, like, obviously sizes and what have you. We're going to take a look at the actual display and what it features, and then what we're going to do is go through some of the functions that the watch offers and also pop it on our wrist, say what it's like to wear. So to kick things off, as you can see, this watch is a watch, it's the usual kind of Casio affair where it's got a resin band to it, or strap as it were. It's got a resin case which is 41 millimeters approximately in diameter. The actual thickness of the case is 12 millimeters, and the actual glass that's used here is a resin crystal, well, you know, like a resin glass as such, or crystal glass. And it does have a slight doming on there, because I know some people do ask whether the glass is flat or domed. So this one does have a slight doming to the actual shape of the glass. In terms of the actual resin band, it's 20 mil wide here. It also is around 33 grams in weight. So that just kind of gives you an idea of the actual size and dimensions of the watch. As I say, it is a resin strap, and you'll have to forgive me here. This watch has been worn, and it is a watch that we've got off eBay, because sometimes what I like to feature on the channel is these type of watches that have been previously worn. And the reason being, so you can see how they do wear over time, because sometimes, I mean, obviously I can feature brand new watches from the likes of Amazon, which this is available at, or, you know, the likes of Argos in here in the UK, but it doesn't give, I do sometimes feel that it doesn't give you an accurate look as to how the watch does wear, you know, through daily use and what have you. So that's sometimes why I do feature these type of watches. So as you can see on the display, this watch, the CASIO W-210, does feature quite a large-ish display here. In terms of, just to give you an idea compared to my Apple Watch, which I do have sitting here, it's not as big as the Apple Watch, but the actual display does make up for it, because the actual numerals on the display are quite easily readable, you know, from a distance as such. The actual display here does feature the time, as you can see here, including the seconds. It also features the day, the actual month and the day, and obviously you can see the seconds going up in correlation with the seconds here, and obviously this counts in up and down into tens of seconds really. At the top here it highlights whether there's an alarm activated, or whether you've got a signal, an hourly signal activated. And also what you will see is when you go into this stopwatch feature, is that this is highlighted when it's got a split time being used. So it does give you an idea. So for example, if the alarm's going to go off, or there's an hourly chime going on, so you don't have to go through all the functions just to see if any features like that have been activated. Now this watch also has 10 years approximate battery life from new. It is also resistant to 50 meters or 5 bar, and also it is powered by a quartz movement with an accuracy of plus or minus 20 seconds per month. What you also get surrounding the watch, you also get 4 pushers which are plastic, and obviously you've got the adjust to adjust the actual time, or the alarm, or the dual time, which is what I'll talk about later. You've also got the mode button here. You've got the 24-hour, which you can turn on or off by just simply pressing it. And also this button here, it's got another function, sorry, that kind of complements the light function. Now on this watch here, when you tap on the light, it has a light that's lit for 1 second. But if you keep your finger pressed on the 24-hour button here, you can change that illumination to 3 seconds. So when you tap it there, it will last for 3 seconds. Now obviously I'll show you what it looks like in the darkness here for 1 second, but I thought it was a nice little feature, and plus it is also displayed on there that 3 seconds does refer to the lighting. So as you can see, 3 seconds. So it is a great little feature, which, if you know, obviously the more you use the light, the more you deplete the battery. But if you wanted to see it, so you know, it's not like, say, some of the other watches I've featured in the past, where you just press it, the light goes on, and as soon as you take your finger off the button, it goes off. You know, you do have a delay function on the lighting. So I'll pop that back to 1 second there, which is as easy as that. So just to go through the functions, obviously you've got the adjust button here, where you can keep your finger on it, and then you can start to amend the time. Obviously, as soon as you press that, that will advance the actual digits forward, and obviously you can go through the month and the day, and obviously the month, the date, and the day really. And then once you've finished, you just keep your finger or just tap on the adjust, and that's how it goes. Now obviously, as I've said, this watch does have some features to it. So this one will feature an alarm, which has a daily alarm which sounds every day at the time you set. And as I've mentioned, it also has a alarm signal to it, and I believe if you press that, that activates the alarm. So at 3 o'clock every morning, this will go off, and obviously you can adjust it as normal, where you keep your finger on the alarm, and then like you would do with the time, you can advance it forward. So if I wanted this to go off at 7 o'clock every day, then it will do. It also features, if I press that button again, it will feature just the signal function. So every hour on the hour it will beep, and also if you press it again, you've got both the alarm and the signal going off there, and then press it again to turn it all off. The next function, if I just press that one, is going to be the stopwatch. So you can just activate the stopwatch as such, which it will measure 1/100th of a second, and it does have elapsed time and split times. But what I'll just quickly show you is the split time. So obviously if you press that, you do see that highlighted being the split time that you've pressed it on there, and then you just turn it off by doing it that. And then obviously you can stop the stopwatch like that, and then reset it as thus. And then you've also got dual time. Now what this dual time shows you is that it shows you the current time, or sorry, your main display time or your home time such listed there, and then you also have the dual time. So for example, what I've done, I've set it to New York. So in New York, I mean obviously New York being a certain amount of hours behind, I've looked on Google and just looked at the time and just adjusted it to such, because obviously like some watch Casio sells, you can choose, you know, New York, Hong Kong, Bangkok and all that, but in this one you've got to manually adjust it by pressing the adjust button there, and then you can go through just the hour and the actual minute times going on there. So it's not as, you know, like it won't change the time zones depending on who you search for. It will just, it's something that you manually adjust, but again, you know, it's as easy as changing the time really, and you know, it's as easy as that, to be fair. And obviously I've still got the alarm function on, so I can gladly turn that off, and then there you go. And that's it really. That's the features that this watch offers, or the functions as it were. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop it on my wrist, and I'm going to say what it's like to wear. So just showing you what it's like on the wrist. It is comfortable. I mean, it isn't one of them Casio straps of watches that I have featured in the past, which have like the Casio, I keep going back to it, which is the AE1000W, which again, you know, it was a kind of a toy-like strap that this had, which kept pinching. But this one here, it is comfortable. I mean, it's of a size which, as I said, it's like a 41mm width here. It doesn't kind of bang into your wrist or anything, and to be fair, it fits really nice to the wrist. I mean, obviously you've got your plastic buckle here, which kind of grabs it nicely, and also you've got your strap retainer here, which is all resin as well. And you know, it is, even though it is a resin based watch, it is a nice watch in all, and I've got to say, you know, it does fit nicely onto, you know, your wrist. And it also, it's at a size where it's not too big or it's not too small, so it's just, for my wrist, it is very nice. And as I say, you know, based on the strap as well, I mean obviously the strap curves around the wrist really nice, making it quite a nice comfortable watch to wear. And you know, if it's a watch that you're looking to daily wear as such, then this watch, you know, I would say, you know, it's a watch well worth looking at, and the functions are very easy to operate. I mean, it looks nice. I mean, you can get it in different colors. I have seen it in different colors, like a silver and stuff, but this one's the cheaper version of the kind of different ones that you can get, which is about 2 or 3 of them, I believe. And you know, it is a nice, good looking watch with a nice big LCD display, which is easy to read at a distance, and very easy to get the time on. And as I say, with the lighting function there, where you can choose between 1 second for a quick, you know, reference point, or 3 seconds if you wanted a bit more of a delayed backlighting to it. You know, I think it's a very nice watch to wear and own really. And if you are looking for something to add to your Casio collection, or just something as a, you know, like a daily beater watch or something like this, which as you can see is well worn and been, you know, it's not been through a battle as such, but it's been worn. But what I will say is that it did turn up with scratches on the actual display or on the watch face, and I have used Polywatch to get rid of it, which there is a video that I'll pop a link to there, which shows you how I managed to clean this watch up on the actual display. So I hope you like the review of this watch, and it is a quick one. I mean, it's a very kind of, it's nothing too complicated with this watch. And if you did like the review, then give it a quick cheeky like, it always helps. If you want to see more watches and more other kind of objects and products and cars and stuff coming to the channel, then please click on the old subscription button below. That also helps. And we thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.